See you. I don't say anything. Nobody informed us. No one is going to know. And
Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday, and welcome to Prosperity Palooza, Prosperity in Action. Thank you for joining us in person. Thank you for joining us online. It's a pleasure to see my wonderful spiritual community. It's amazing to see everyone in their pink, including myself. And of course, I just want to remind you all to put your phones on silent or turn it off so we can enjoy this amazing service and let this prosperity flow through us today. All right, so once again, welcome for those of us online, or not me, clearly, I'm right here. But for those who are online, thank you for joining. All right, so I am going to go ahead with our opening affirmative prayer. One moment, because I'm using technology at the same time. Forgive me. All right, so let's close our eyes. Take 2 deep centering breaths. There is one infinite presence, one intelligence, one power, active, alive, and moving as all of life. The presence is the source of all good, all supply, all wisdom, all circulation. And I know without hesitation that this presence expresses itself fully, freely, and generously through us all. Right here, right now, prosperity is not an idea we chase. It is a law we activate. I affirm that prosperity is in motion in this place. It shows up as inspired action, wise stewardship, open hearts, clear decisions, and courageous generosity. It shows up as opportunities recognized, resources aligned, and needs met with ease and grace. I know that every person is an avenue through which God flows. We are not waiting for abundance, we are participating in it. We give with intention, we receive with gratitude, we circulate life, love, talent, and treasure with confidence and trust. I declare this community is aligned with right action, every idea is supported, every vision is funded, and every step is met with clarity and provision. Nothing is stuck, nothing is withheld. Everything needed is already on its way. Prosperity is active in our thinking, in our choices, in our service to the world. And we stand in the knowing that Spirit is doing the work through us, as us, now, today, in real and practical ways. I release this word into the law, knowing it is done, complete, and unfolding perfectly. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you. All right. Forgive me. Yes. All right. So now we move on to the prosperity affirmation. Okay, you can go ahead and stand. Apologies. I live in a world that is filled with God's abundance, and I now claim this as my own. The riches of the universe are open to me, and I partake in them in wisdom and joy. All my affairs are under the law of prosperity. Increased good flows to me from all directions through all people. There is no lack in my consciousness, and for God's ideas fill my thoughts and all riches and opulence. I am orderly in all my ways. I am loving gracious. I speak this day in terms of abundance. I expect increased prosperity to take place in my world, for I know that God's activity is alive in my affairs. Know that the riches of God are now enjoyed that way. And so it is. All right, thank you. All right, you can be seated. And we now move on to our chant. I am so blessed. All right, go ahead. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so All right, let's take this for a moment of silence. All right, thank you. So we will go ahead and light the candle for the youth. Thank you. I welcome all the youth up for our youth blessing. I thought you wanted to go ahead and pray the... Oh, no, actually, he led the candles in. Yeah. Johnny? Yeah, man, you're good.
I light this candle on behalf of all the children in the world. Let us behold the Christ in them.
So it is. Thank you, Ajani. So let us now go ahead and bless the youth. We love you. We appreciate you. We salute the Christ in you. And we see you as shining lights onto your world. God is blessing you now. And so it is. All right, so let's go ahead with our temple mission song.
Temple of light, the temple of light, the temple of light. We are a people with a vision, one spirit, one mission. To touch, to heal, to bless, to prosper, to love and liberate. Anyone who comes into contact with us, anytime, night or day. The temple of light, the temple of light, the temple of light. We are a people with a vision, one in spirit, one mission. To touch, to heal, to bless, to prosper, to love and liberate. Anyone who comes into contact with us, anytime, night or day.
Awesome, awesome. All right, so okay, so our youth will actually be going ahead with their vision boarding session over in our sunken garden. And for those who, like myself, might not remember where the sunken garden is, it is right behind us, closer to the Seymour Avenue Road. Yes. All right, enjoy it. I wish I was there, but I'm also happy to be. I'm also happy to be here as well. I will have to work on my vision board afterwards. So yes. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go into our announcements. So, first thing is, are you dreaming of playing drums or guitar? You can join us this afternoon at 2 o'clock for a fun hands-on session, perfect for those curious or those soon-to-be musicians. Oh, okay, it's changed to 12:30. All right, so 12:30, so even better. You can stay, have some conversations, meet with some old friends and family, and then, of course, join us for the guitar and drum sessions. All right, also on Tuesday, join us at 6 p.m. as Vance Gardner, our practitioner, hosts Spiritual Mind Healing Service theme, The Joy of Sharing and Serving. Look out for the link in your email, and then making sure that the slides is the same thing that's on my paper. Let me just turn slightly. I'm in sync. Okay, cool. All right, the Centers for Spiritual Living Convention runs from Tuesday, April 7th to Friday, April 10th at the Peppermill Resort Spa and Casino in Reno, Nevada. On Wednesday night, the Caribbean contingent will share the celebration of conferring of doctorates on Reverend Michelle Sinegal, our amazing senior minister, and of course, Reverend John Scott as well. Yes. You can contact the office if you're interested in attending. The early bird rate ends on January 28th. It's a very good rate, so please run to the office. Oh, yeah.
Make it as parity, so you pay 75% of what everybody else pays for registration.
Yes. So yes. So make sure January 28th, just think of it as this week technically, is your deadline. But make sure to reach out to the office. All right. So now we move on to Friday. Tai Chi sessions to recharge yourself. Join Stuart Maxwell at the temple every Friday morning at 9 a.m. for Tai Chi. Discover the health benefits for this traditional healing art. Contribution is $2,000. And on Sunday, January 25th, we continue Prosperity Palooza. Remember to wear your blue. Jennifer Livingston will be the practitioner who will be our speaker. And it is, I forgot the name already, Gratitude. Living. Yes. All right. And then, let me make sure. Okay, we're still on Prosperity Palooza. So, Hymns of the Church, a concert in honor of quartet and keynote singers. Cost is $3,000. For details, call 876-563-4901. We also celebrate each other who has contributed time, talent, and treasure for their contributions for this past year. Our membership fee for 2026 are now due. Thank you. That's a good reminder. We're in January. Let us go ahead and have that contributed. So tithes and offerings. Thank you all. I must say that as the chair of the board, I have to say thank you all for those who have been contributing generously. Your financial gifts, of course, support our temple, all our ministry, all of outreach. You can find banking details at donate.templeoflightcsl.org. You can also find safe and secure link on our on this donate.templeoflightcsl.org to donate online. So you have those options. And of course, we also have the amazing Shelly-Ann right here with her, well, with our card machine. So if you'd like, just wave your hand. Shelly-Ann will come to you whether now, whether during our love offerings or at the end of the service. But Shelly-Ann is available. So you have a lot of options to give generously. All right. And of course, you can always view online the loop of our announcements if you want to remind yourself of any of these reminders and updates. They're also in email as well. Am I missing anything behind me? No. Okay, so I want to also take this opportunity to welcome our first-time visitors. Are there any first-time visitors? I know I'm seeing some first-time faces. Any first-time visitors in here today? Could you stand, please? Thank you. Welcome. All right, keep standing. I thank you for coming. Our ushers are going to place a sticker on your heart to say, "We behold the Christ in you." They are coming up, so don't worry. And thank you for coming today. Appreciate it. Yes.
Give them a TOL blessing. We love you.
We love you.
We bless you.
We bless you. We behold the Christ in you. Welcome to the Temple of Light. Awesome. Yes, Temple of Light, Center for Spiritual Living. Thank you for coming to our spiritual home. So with that said, we will go ahead into our first hymn. There shall be showers of blessings. You can stand. I'm going to give a little disclaimer. I'm not very good at singing, so I'm expecting for you all to overshadow my voice. All right? Thank you.
There shall be showers of blessing, answering whenever you call. Spirit forever expressing, giving itself unto all. Showers of blessing.
Thank you all for that. I didn't feel so bad. You all sounded amazing, and I just lip synced if you haven't realized. That's okay. All right. With that, let's make sure. I want to take the opportunity to introduce our speaker for today, the Reverend John Scott. Someone who has been serving, I have lost count how many years, this spiritual community. Someone who has been living prosperity in action. Someone who has taught many of us how to live prosperity in action over the years. And soon to be conferred a doctorate in divinity. But this is our beloved, more importantly, beloved John Scott, Reverend John Scott.
I can't tell you how many years ago this little boy, a little cherubic youngster, pushed the Sunday school door. I said to myself, but they're supposed to be 13 before they come in, and he looked like 11 or 12. It does my heart so good to see all the people who grow in my hand and those whose hand I grow in, some of you. It is a joy for me to add my own words of welcome to each and every one of you this morning, and it's just such a humbling experience to stand before you. I'm down there all the time, but I long to see you till me short from up here. But then I can see this face is shining and your spirit's just sparkling to the honor and glory of God. So my friends, I want to start with a simple story because Yeshua, aka Jesus, the way shower, knew the power of a parable to bypass our conscious mind where our egos stand guard at the gate and get into our subconscious. So this is a simple story about a young woman called Mara who lived by the sea. Mara had a cup which was very dear to her. I don't know whether she got it from a parent or a grandparent, but it was a simple cup. It had no motivational words on it or dedication on it. It was slightly chipped. It was a plain clay cup. But it represented to Mara her prayers, her hopes, her aspirations. In fact, she identified with it. It was as if this cup was an expression of who she was. So she never let anybody drink from it. Now all of us have a cup like that, eh? It's a metaphor sometimes for our talents, the jobs that we do, our position in society, sometimes the things we want to do in life, our hopes, our dreams, our aspirations. Those are our cups. And very often, in fact too often, we think, I want to serve, but just not know. The Temple of Light really needs my help, but I will get there. And that was where Mara was with her cup and with what she had to give. She thought if she just held on to it and all that it represented to her, she'd be all right, and she would never thirst. And then the drought came. The streams began to dry up, and the wells ran dry. But Mara had I don't know if you remember the monkey jars, those clay jars that kept the water cool. She had one on her little veranda, her little terrace outside her house. And she would fill that cup every morning with the cool water from the monkey jar and just sit there looking out and thinking about life. She did it every morning before she began the chores of getting ready, for work or doing things around the house. And then one morning, a little voice said to her, because people were passing, the drought was on, and people were passing with empty buckets, and faces saddened by the condition. And a little voice said to her, you can help it now. But just as happens to so many of us so often, another little voice on the other shoulder said, but come, you have to be practical. If you give your water and your water run out, what are you going to do? And so she stood at a crossroads in consciousness. Lack or trust and faith. And one morning, trust won out for her. And she offered a passing neighbor a cup of water. Simple. There was no ribbon cutting, no headlines, no page, whatever it is in the Gleaner. Just a simple act of service, giving a passerby a cup of water. But soon word got around and people came with cups, with barrels, with buckets, with all kinds of containers. Word got around and Mara poured. And the interesting thing is, the monkey jar never ran out of water. And so I have a learning from that, my friends, that when you give and you are in the flow of consciousness, your monkey jar never runs out. And so when you're saying, I want to serve and I want to give, but you need to get off your butt and do what Spirit is calling you to do. It's as simple as that. But you know what, friends? I am amazed at how often we turn away our good by disparaging wealth when we see it elsewhere. So I had a personal experience at Christmas. I went to a salon to get what we in Jamaica call a hand shell, foot shell, and facial. And as she was working on my feet, Lord Master, when I scrape your heel back, sometimes you have shame. There were two ladies, I guess, waiting for their operative to look after them. And they were having a very vocal and loud discussion about another friend who always seemed to have more than enough. She was living the good life, and now she had got a Mercedes for Christmas. And they had all kinds of theories of what she did do. Forget said Mercedes. So my operative said to me, sir, with a little twinkle in her eye, Sir Reverend, what you would say to that young lady? So I said, which young lady? The one that is bad-mouthing her so-called friend, or the young lady with the Mercedes? She said, no, Reverend, the lady with the Mercedes. I said I wouldn't say anything to her. I would bless her for her demonstration of wealth and abundance and opulence. But I have something to say to you, and to the two ladies, maybe if I knew them well enough, waiting. Don't turn away your good by disparaging abundance when you see it in other people. Mind your own business. And you know, the beautiful Jesus demonstrated that too. You know, I forget what the circumstances were, but Peter said to him, Lord, how come one or the other thing, mending nets and not doing anything to help? What is that to thee? Follow thou me. So that is the teaching there for me. And I remember, it's so funny, a few months ago, Temple of Light member Doug Rain was talking about the finances of the church, and he said, you know, if each of us doubled our giving, we would really make a significant impact on the cash flow of the temple. So the temple is our business. And we have to make it nobody's business but our own. Now, those of you who are of my vintage might remember a folk song of yesteryear, Nobody's Business, Business. You remember it? Nobody's business, business, nobody's business, business, nobody's business but my own. Nobody's business, business, nobody's business, business, nobody's business but my own. If me say me tired of roughness and want to live with no offness, nobody's business but me own. If me say me want to serving and get all that I'm deserving, nobody's business but me own. Nobody's business, business, nobody's business, business, nobody's business but me own. Nobody's business, business, nobody's business, business, nobody's business but me own. you want to learn to pray alright, and you join a class at the Temple of Light. Nobody's business but your own. And if you used to be a loser, don't miss out on this palooza. Nobody's business but your own. Everybody. Nobody's business, business. Nobody's business, business. Nobody's business but we own. Nobody's business, business. Nobody's business, business. Nobody's business but we own. Nobody's business, business. Nobody's business, business. Nobody's business but we own. Nobody's business, business. Nobody's business, business. Nobody's business but we own. Clap on yourself. My friends, that is our business. This is the cup which quenches our thirst for spiritual renewal. Sunday after Sunday, class after class, activity after activity. This cup can never run dry, and when you give from this cup, your good flows back to you in an avalanche of good that will just amaze you. Sometimes, I remember years ago when my beloved Daisy, my mom, was here on this plane. After Reverend Elmer spoke, some Sundays she would say, "Son, give me $1,000. So I said, "What for, Mom?" We were whispering, She said, "For the love of it." I said, "But I gave you $500 at the breakfast table." She said, "That talk worth more than $500. She was something else, So when we were going home, I said to her, "Mommy, you're something else, She said, "Son, if Reverend Elmer said to you, what is this teaching worth to you?" I said, "I'll tell you, it's of incalculable value." She said, "Not $500 you want to give the woman?" So, I was putting in the envelope this morning for Temple, my tithe, and the Manila envelope for the music ministry, and I put in $500, and I heard Jesus say, "What is the music ministry worth to you?" I had to laugh to myself right in the prayer room up there. I said, "Lord boy, when spirit grab you, you can't get away." And I fixed that. So fix on your consciousness, up-level it, and pour from that cup that we've been blessed with. When I come here on a Sunday morning, and I used to come only on a Monday, Wednesday, on a first and third Sunday, but I've made an intention for this year to come every Sunday, because it's our consciousness that fills the cup. And I know I stand here and I see the place, the sanctuary full, and my heart is so full. I'm living my life in the overflow of that fullness that you pour into my cup all the days of my life. And that doctorate I'm going to be receiving, it is really received on behalf of all of you who have been a part of my journey and who have filled my cup with so much love and so much goodness. So I just want to end with that imagery of the cup. On my 21st birthday, which was 1 or 2 moons ago, Big John read me a poem which has been kind of my guiding light, and it features that imagery of the cup. He said, "Son, this is my prayer for you, and I want to say to you all, my spiritual family, it is my prayer for you. So listen with your heart. May you learn to touch the cup with eager lips and taste, not drain it. May you woo and tempt and court a bliss and not attain it. May you fondle and caress a joy, yet hold it lightly, lest it become necessity and cling too tightly. May you watch the golden sun sink in the west without regretting. May you hail its advent in the east, the night forgetting. May you smother care in joy and grief in laughter. May you hold the present close, not questioning hereafter. May you have enough to share. May you know the joy of giving. May you thrill to all the sweets of life. For that, my friends, is living. Namaste.
Thank you so much, Reverend John. Definitely felt like that talk was talking to me especially, but I'm pretty sure everyone else would have had a moment in that where they felt it's connecting. Thank you again. I want to say, can we give him an extra round of applause? All right. Exactly. Yes, yes. Make sure to share the generosity and your love for the message in the love offering. But what we will do right now is the special presentation that our senior minister has. So I'm going to call her up and step aside.
Rising. So good to see all of you, especially in your pink. Yeah. All the different shades. Yeah. So do you all know what pink represents?
You want to know?
It's love, but it's love without armor.
Right.
It's the compassion, it's the empathy, it's the soft love. So that's why we're wearing pink. So our theme for today is living generously. And so it is with great joy that I introduce a newly established honor, the Senior Minister's Award. This award is created to recognize an individual whose unwavering generosity is evident through the sharing of their time, their talent, and their treasure with the Temple of Light Center for Spiritual Living. This individual supported both offerings of Step Into Your Future as a speaker, as my assistant, as one who called every applicant who was accepted to the program, one who lined up all of our guest speakers, and there were many, very many. He also helped me with social media promotion of Step Into the Future. This individual leads the Wealth Development Committee here, which involves interviewing prospective tenants and licensees, meeting with architects, land surveyors, real estate attorneys, going out to construction sites so that we can get educated on what it would take to bring container businesses on this property. This individual is instrumental to the Newbies music program as sponsor and student. And he also attends 90% of all Sunday services. His selfless contributions have profoundly enriched and sustained our community, fostering growth of our music ministry and spiritual vitality for all who gather in this space. Before I present the award, I want to share with you all, I do everything after visioning. So I visioned about this. You know, what would be special, what would be significant to this individual who has everything? So I go to South Carolina quite a lot. My daughter resides there. And on my last trip to Charleston, South Carolina, I went to the Gullah Islands. The Gullah Geechee people reside there, and they have held on to their African ancestry, language, food, crafts. They make their money by selling their crafts. They primarily use sweet grass, and they make baskets and all kinds of beautiful gifts with sweet grass, but it's at a shortage now. So what they are doing is they're using it when they can, but it's not the principal material. So let me tell you a little bit more about these amazing people. I said they probably can come up with a gift that would be symbolic of the service and the generosity of our awardee. So I went and I met a woman, and her name is Georgia Saunders, and she makes ceramics, and she makes gifts with the seagrass as well. And so I commissioned a piece. It had to be small enough to come back in my luggage. She said, "Give me a week and I will have something for you." And so what does this gift represent? The spirit of our ancestors, those who were forced to toil in Jamaica and those who were forced to toil on the sea islands of the United States. Different shorelines, but a shared story of African descendants who endured the unthinkable, but still created beauty, maintained their dignity, upheld their faith, and built community. Our ancestors survived because they did not practice spirituality alone. They practiced it together through prayer that held the grieving, song that lifted the weary, and community that refused to let anyone be alone. In Gullah Geechee communities, that spirit lives in churches and in sacred traditions passed down from generation to generation. In Jamaica, that same truth lives in how we understand faith, not as a private possession, but as a shared strength. That is what our recipient has strengthened here. His financial support and business acumen have not simply sustained the community, it has protected a lineage. It has kept doors open for healing, for guidance, for belonging. Through their actions, they said, "We will keep the circle unbroken." Gullah Geechee people. So today, right here in Kingston, Jamaica, we place this Gullah Geechee emblem soon to be in the hands of our recipient in recognition of what your life already declares. You carry the ancestors well. You honor them not only with remembrance, but with action by building community, protecting sacred space, and making spirits something that we can all feel and experience together. You all, please join me in appreciating Douglas O'Rain.
Okay.
You hold it. I just want to explain
Yes.
that what the artist, her name is Georgette Saunders, as I mentioned, came up with. You can actually see faces. See, those are eyes and mouth.
Yes.
And it represents people of the African diaspora who are spread out all over the Caribbean and the United States. And then, of course, the circle that is not broken with the sweet grass.
Thank you. I can see the face. It's amazing. You can come and look at it afterwards. Everywhere you look, you see another face on there. Dozens of them, which are our ancestors. Thank you.
Wow.
Okay, so, I make notes. Reverend John said to me a couple weeks ago, he says, "Doug, I always see you in church making notes." I said, "Yes, it's true, because the reason I come here, if you have a car, you go to the gas station and fill up your tank every week. I come here every week and fill up my spiritual tank to carry me through the week. And what I do is to make notes of something that grabs me, like what he says today. Nobody's business, nobody's business." Okay, so it's amazing you mentioned about the Gola Bible I'll tell you a little anecdote about that. The late Oliver Clark and I, the chairman of the Gleaner, about 20 years ago, he said, I have a gift that I want to give to you. You know what it was? A Gola Bible. It was the Bible translated into the Gola language. And he says, read this. It is Jamaican Creole, patois, because they have the same background and history that we have. So thank you very much for reminding me of that linkage in that regard. So, you know, Reverend spoke about our outreach early last year, which was about reaching out to young people in some courses. And that's what really piqued my interest in giving. But to give to who? And I said, it's to give to young people. So I've devoted my entire life now to giving to the younger generation. So when people say, how are you spending your time? Yeah. They said, you know, which board are you on now? I said, hardly any. I resigned from all of them to help young people. But something struck me when we did Step Into Our Consciousness. That's the name of the 6-week program for young people who, 400 of them applied to come, and we had to select just 30. They're lost. They're absolutely lost. They have a difficulty making connections with other young people. One of them asked a question. He says, Mr. Rain, where can I go to find somebody to marry? Because how can I come to the Temple of Light? So that's what's happening. You soon see some marriages in a few months' time. So it said to me, let me find a way to reach out in practical ways. And she said, treat and move your feet, which means pray, but take action after that. Don't just pray alone, you need to take action. So I said, I'm going to take action. So that is loving my neighbors myself, and actually not only metaphorically, I have physical neighbors in my community who are here this morning. Thank you very much, neighbors, for being here. And so at the AGM in March of last year, the Leadership Council, headed by Theo, asked me to do an analysis of the temple to see how we can survive and thrive in this new world, because COVID hit us very hard. I think everybody knows that in terms of church participation. So I said 2 things I would do. One is I double whatever I am giving, which I did. And the second one is that I said, music is our culture in Jamaica. How do we attract young people to this church? Let's start a music program. So, where are we today? We have a band. We didn't have that a year ago. That's one. Thank you, gentlemen. We started what we call the Temple of Light Music Newbies program, which is the one on Sundays where we have classes in guitar and now piano rather than drums. And it's very well supported. And to me, the most touching part, I was nearly in tears when we had the community to sing in December. They actually played as a band. So it shows what you can do in 7 months. So I want to talk a little about that because that program is so special to me. So come back to treat and move your feet. Sustainability. What I said is I would fund that program for the entire 2025, which I did, which is the tutors, guitar, other equipment. So how do we move forward? So here is what we're going to do. We're going to create a series of scholarships for young people who cannot afford to go to a music class anywhere else because they're basically flat on their backs, but they're so interested in music. And then what we will do is have them come to Sunday tutor classes, and that scholarship will help to pay for the cost of the program. And so what I am announcing is that I am volunteering to be the first awarder of a scholar. Is that the right word? You know what I mean. The first sponsor of a scholarship, and it's going to be called the Dr. Roy E. Banks Music Scholarship. You know Dr. Roy E. Banks, that's my uncle. Denise knows him as well. Medical doctor, he played the cello all his life, up to a few years before he passed. So it is in his memory. And what I'm going to do is encourage others to join me in that. And I'm going to tell you the reason why it's so important to the temple. It's not just about giving money. Look, the money is the least important part. It's going to be for the first 6 months. It's very structured. Whoever is a scholarship awardee is going to have to sign an agreement saying, I agree to be well behaved, I agree to come to every class, I agree to improve my performance, I agree to do a video every week to show what I'm doing at home with rehearsal. And I will participate in music at our Sunday services. We already have one who has moved over from Music Newbies. Matthew, stand up please. That's one of our Music Newbies graduates. And we also have Gabby, who is in the music program. Stand please, Gabby. If you have heard Gabby speak up here, you'll say, boy, I have to come back to Temple and listen to young people. So, and also she's our stylist. So if you want advice on how to dress. so let me tell you the essence of why this is so important. It gives us a unique opportunity for those who have, which Reverend John was speaking about, to give a scholarship with the following advantages. You can name it after somebody who is very special to you, whether living or passed on. The second one, and probably the most important one, is it allows each of us to have an individual contact with a young person who is coming to this temple for class, because they need that emotional bond. And so instead of just giving, it's going to be for the first 6 months, $2,000 a week, so that's $50,000. But they don't have it, but now they'll be able to learn music and they really launch off. Who knows, they'll become professionals one day. Did you know that Ashe started in this temple? And we can do it again over and over to create professional groups and move out from this temple into the outside world. And so by doing this, let us give as many scholarships as we can because the need is so great. But it will help each of us who has to have a personal link with somebody in the younger generation who needs guidance. And believe me, my experience is, I'm so blessed to see the renaissance of these young people who knew nothing about music in March of last year to where they are today. So join me in that, folks. Okay, so the other thing I would say is I have a special blessing for my mom, Daisy O'Rain. She's the one who brought me here. It's so long ago, it was by osmosis. I can't even remember when I started coming. Just sort of drifted in, but here I am, and I'm so grateful for that. There's lots of other things happening to make our church more vibrant. I was thrilled to see how many young people were up here. So there's a renaissance, a revival of the Sunday school. Lots of great things happening. But scholarship, as soon as the service is over, come and see me. I'll tell you the details and sign you up for your scholarship. Thank you very much for this award.
Thank you so much, Doug. All right, so we now move on to, by the way, I should also say congrats also, Doug. He's saying congrats, but he's busy right now. Doug, I was telling you congrats from the back. Okay, all right, so we now move on to our musical item. We have a musical item. Is that correct? No musical item. All right, so we now move on to the prayer for Jamaica. All right, you can stand. All right, let's go ahead. All right, the radiant light of God's love is now flowing through us and from us to everything and everyone it touches. The eternal light of God's love now completely fills, covers, and surrounds our island Jamaica.
The glowing intensity of the light of God's love
Now interpenetrates and awakens within the hearts and minds of our countrymen and women. The truth of life is set free. The light of God's love is growing and glowing in intensity in the hearts and minds of mankind everywhere. Love, health, harmony, goodwill, peace, uprightness, integrity, joy, prosperity, kindness, and our oneness under God are now established. And so it is. All right. With that said, we will go ahead to the blessing of our love offering. We do have envelopes, and we have it for our love offering, and you can see the brown envelopes for our music ministry as well. As a reminder for those online, you can visit donate.templeoflightcsl.org. And of course, for those in the sanctuary, we have Shelley-Ann available right here. You can just put up your hand. She will come to you right now if anyone is interested. Shelley-Ann is in this amazing pink dress. You can't miss her. Just feel free to put up your hand. And of course, she's, oh, there you go. And she's also available after service. So with that said, I want you to take your envelope, and for those of you who are doing via phone or card, to rest your hand on your wallet or your phone and say this, as well as on your heart, this blessing. Lovingly I give, joyfully I receive. Be thou fruitful, increase, and multiply. Bless, prosper, and enrich everyone whom you touch, and replenish all of my financial affairs. So be it. Thank you, Father. And so it is. All right. So with that said, we can move on to our second hymn, while you can also drop your love offering in the boxes available. And also, this is a perfect opportunity for those like myself who take time to do it on the phone. Our second hymn is I Praise the Wealth of God. It's so nice that you all sing well, so I can listen to you all while I lip sync once again. All right, with that said, one thing that I cannot compete in is Most Spirited in Pink. And I'm going to invite Christine and Terrell on stage to present. She herself is also amazing in pink, but she can't win the prize because she's presenting.
Where is he? Hi, good morning, good morning, good morning. Fabulous fellowship with so many people in wonderful shades of pink. We're trying to decide exactly, maybe we should just go against what Gabby normally does, because we can't have her up here today, so as she sits there. But anyhow, the contestants that we have. First one, Gabby. Come, Gabby. Mrs. Serene, will you please step forward? Tina.
Oh, yes.
Wow, I mean, I get so confused looking around. There's another garden of pink, Tina Sherman. Don't joke, just come. My heart. Is there anyone else we should host? So ladies, okay. So here are our contestants, and let me get out of the way so that you can see them much better. And this mic is so much closer to my microphone. Yes. Yeah, but not allowed to. Okay, so you start from Denise. You just applaud for the person who you think is really hot and prosperous in pink. Reverend John. Okay, so can we hear it for? Can we hear it for Tina? Let's start with Tina. Mrs. Serene, can we hear it from Can we hear it for Gabby? Can we hear it for Denise? So before I tell you exactly who the winner is, which you just chose, I must say there are so many more people in the audience, ladies, in beautiful pink. But you know, we couldn't have more than 3 or 4 on stage. So guys, applaud yourselves for looking so good. Our winner is Miss Gabby. Can you get it? Thank you. Congratulations.
All right. Thank you all for wearing pink. And a reminder for next week, it is blue. I'm going to miss that week, but I must say, maybe I'm biased. I love this week's pink. Yes. So with that, I'm going to invite Reverend John to do our closing affirmative prayer.
Announcements, yeah, acknowledgements. Acknowledgements.
Oh, acknowledgements. Oh, my bad. Apologies. So, see? Technology and then I have paper and I'm clearly missing on both sides. So first of all, I just want to acknowledge our musicians, Dale, Steve, Matthew, and forgive me to pronounce Silvano. There you go. I also want to acknowledge our ushers. Where are my ushers? Faye, I know I saw Valerie. I saw Valerie as well. Any other? And Carol, thank you all for welcoming our family and our guests. Of course, can't have this service without our amazing tech team, Lauren, Vance, Chevenet, Terrell, and Christine, who has been keeping the team going. Of course, thank you to our hospitality team as well. We have Chima, we have Tamu, and we have Reverend Sonia Davidson. Thank you all, and everyone else who, in case I miss anyone, thank you all. And of course, our amazing arrangements that is done by none other than Faye Kessler. So thank you so much, Faye. And I just want to say thank you all for coming out once again in pink. I am amazed. Yes. All right. I just want to give a reminder for those of you online to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Of course, like the video and make sure you follow us on social media. With that said, I just want to invite Reverend Michelle.
So next Sunday, the color is blue, as you know. But also what we're going to be focusing on is the law of circulation. So what does that mean? That means that you get to bring a gift. It could be a brand new gift. It could be something that is near new and wrapped nicely. It's called a Chinese gift exchange. What does that mean? You will bring your gifts and you can put them in the book room there. And after service, you just go in, you give a gift, you take a gift. That is the law of circulation. But the Chinese exchange part is after you unwrap your gift, if I like what you have, I can take it. Because we understand the law. As we give, we receive. Pressed down, multiplied, shaken together, and running over. So remember to bring your gifts, put them in the book room, and we'll participate in the Chinese gift exchange.
Thank you, Reverend Michelle. And with that, I invite Reverend John.
We are really in the pink. Say with me, I'm in the pink. I'm in the pink. Even if you're not wearing pink, I'm in the pink of prosperity. I'm in the pink of perfection. I'm in the pink of perfection. Oh, yes. And with that, we take a deep breath together. And as we bring this part of life celebration to a close, we recognize that we are the vessels, we are the cup through which the divine givenness blesses the world. And it comes back in an avalanche of good into our lives, pressed down, shaken together, and running over with abundance, with beauty, with joy. I am so grateful. I give a special blessing to our awardee today as a shining example of giving, of serving, of being, love in action, and truth in service. And we go forth to allow that lesson of giving, of serving, and of being our highest and our best, never disparaging abundance when we see it, but blessing it to the honor and glory of God. We bless all those who have allowed themselves to be a giver, including the giver of our consciousness, by coming together as one in this sacred community, on this sacred space. I know this to be the truth. I celebrate it, and feeling the fullness of perfect faith at the center and circumference of my own being, I give thanks that this is so. And so it is. Let us sing, Yes, There Is Wealth.
Give me a minute. Give me a minute. There is one other gift, you all. for the most spirited. It is our youngest congregant. This is for Arya. Araya. Come on up can collect this for Araya, please. And can you show her off? In pink. Okay, now you can make your way to song. Araya. There you go. Okay.